background from me. I am a seafarer. I did 8.5 years at sea before coming ashore. I've worked at the Chamber now for about 5 years, just under, working beforehand in the Merchant Navy Training Board, using my experience of cadet training in that part of the job, and then moved over to look after the safety policy side of things April last year, so just over a year. So, the Chamber. The UK Chamber of Shipping is a trade association for commercial shipping within the UK. Our mission is to champion and protect the interests of our members. So we work with government, we sit on the UK delegation at IMO, we work with European partners to ensure that the messages and the impact for our members is reported correctly, and that we can do what we can to make life a bit better and easier for everyone. Our membership, we have about 180 members from right across the maritime sector. It's not just ship owners and operators, we've got professional organisations, companies and colleges as well. So we really do get a very broad range. So when we're talking about giving the best for our members, we really are hitting the whole maritime sector. Those member companies do cover an entire range of memberships, different vessel types. So when we're looking at safety policy, we're getting it from all sorts of different parts of the industry. So really, the safety culture work is what I've been focusing on for the last year. And it's not an easy one at all. It's a very, very muddy picture, especially in the maritime industry, when there's so many different parts to it, so many different ways in which it's being adopted by some companies and not by others. So, a couple of years ago, safety culture was included in our strategic directives. Our president at the time, Dr. Graham Henderson from Shell, decided that we needed to be doing more on safety as the Chamber looking after our members. So that's why it was included in our strategic objectives. As part of that, or back of that I should say, the Safety Culture Working Group was set up. Now that's a dedicated group of, I think about 50, 60 people on the list at the moment. We had a meeting yesterday, which is why there aren't very many slides to this presentation, so apologies. But we have that group 3 times a year, and we come together, and it's a forum in which people share best practice. They are completely honest, it's a very open forum in which people can speak freely about the barriers they're facing, or I tried this, have you tried it, it hasn't worked for us, why did it work for you? So we're always sharing as much information as we can. We're taking that work forward after yesterday's discussions. We've just done a priority survey of what members want us to be looking at with safety culture, and everything from ship visits to leadership, visible leadership, just culture, everything came under those, and we're now trying to work out which one of those is priority. Turns out they're all a priority, so we'll be looking at all of them in the next couple of years, and the meetings that we're doing, we're going to look at theming those meetings on something so people can come prepared with things they found, different things in the industry that we can use. Most importantly, I do think it's the barriers faced that we really find out in those meetings and that we can actually work towards changing. So it is a really valuable group for us. The Safety Culture Working Group, whilst doing all this work, absolutely fantastically as they are, it was decided that even though I'd only been in the job a couple of months, the safety culture remit had been there for the Chamber for quite a while and we weren't really getting anywhere with it. So we needed something that was a little bit more punchy and was going to deliver something sooner rather than later, because this is an issue that needs to be addressed. So the Safety Culture Charter was born out of that idea, and I've spent the last 6 months, I guess, developing that. We've gone through 9 versions of the document that's gone out to all of our members. We've had a lot of feedback on it, we've changed it, and now, thankfully last week it was approved by the board, ready for us to take forward and allow our member companies to adopt. So the charter, the charter is 1 page. It comes in a 4-page document, but the charter itself is 1 page. The rest of it's explanatory notes and examples of how to do it, and a reminder of what we're doing. So the aim of this charter is to encourage senior management, not just the CEOs, the senior management team, to improve safety culture within their organisations. Sounds pretty simple, but actually it's much harder than it seems. So we're wanting senior management to write a personal commitment to safety. We want them to adopt the charter. We want them to look at driving a just culture. Not really sure we understand just culture very much in the shipping industry at the moment. We're getting there. It's one of our themes for our seminar next year. And making safety, or make safety a top priority. If it's not already, which it should be, then let's make it a top priority. But also the biggest part for me is the collaboration. Collaborate through the UK Chamber, through our members, via the Safety Culture Working Group, by reviewing the systems, etc. The Charter shouldn't add any more to anyone's workload. We've made it so that it's everything you're already doing. It just maybe gives you a chance and a really nice excuse to look at things again. That's how we're addressing it at the moment. So that Charter will be launched officially in September at London International Shipping Week, which I'll put the date up in a minute. You're all welcome to come along to that if you wish. It will be on board Feros, and it should be a really, really nice way to show the collaboration and the work that's been done by the industry. We're really, really keen to push that it is collaboration by the industry for the industry. So, furthermore, the Safety Culture Engagement Plan, well, when we started looking at safety culture, we always get compared to aviation, always. Well, let's go talk to other industries, let's go see what everyone's doing. There's no point us going down a road of safety culture, trying a whole load of things that people have tried before and it hasn't worked. So we opened up the doors and went out to speak to people we've spoken to: construction, nuclear, Highways England, the Rail Accident Investigation Branch, Rail Safety Standards Board. We've spoken to as many people as we can to try and see what they're doing. The only thing that's come back from that for me really is everyone's doing something very, very different. It's very, very difficult, and it's not one size fits all. I thought this would be like a nice little easy job on the side of my actual job. Definitely not. Most of my job is supposed to be the technical side of IMO and looking at lifeboat regulations, and my entire job gets taken up in safety culture. So the engagement plan is not only for external industries, it's for what we're doing internally. We have a very, very muddy picture in the shipping industry of who's reporting where and what do they have in terms of data and how can we use that. We have no idea. We have no idea. We don't want to put any more work onto, especially our member companies, we don't want to be doing that. So we're trying to understand the picture that we already have. There must be stuff out there. There is stuff out there. So why can't we bring it all together and use it more effectively and efficiently? Well, leave it with me, I'm doing my best, but it's going to keep me in a job for a while, I hope. But that engagement plan has allowed us to see that we are going down the right route, that everyone is facing the same issues, so we can all talk to each other, and that's where forums like this are really, really helpful. The safety culture work we do, every year we have a safety culture seminar. This year it's in Glasgow. We're all very welcome to come along to that too, the more the merrier. This year's theme is driving a just culture, visible leadership, and a little bit on training because we're hosting it in a college. It wouldn't be right to host it in a nautical college and not have a little bit on training. But what's really interesting in that is we're going to be having a panel of seafarers that are at the college studying, a couple of cadets, that are going to bring it back home. We sit here in offices and stuff and talk about all of this, but until we start talking to the seafarers, it gets a little bit lost. So that's what we're doing in terms of safety culture within the chamber. There's a lot of work. It's only 4 bullet points. I can tell you those 4 bullet points take a lot of time. Important dates for your diary. Please do write these down. If anyone wants the information, I'm very happy to send it out to you after the meeting, whatever you wish. We have a long, long way to go in the shipping industry with making this a more positive safety culture. But by talking and sharing ideas, we can definitely get there. It's going to take time. There's no click your fingers, it's done overnight, like I think a lot of people were expecting. This is going to take generations of culture change. And we've all got to be ready for it. We've got to keep pushing it, and it's actually starting with the new guys coming in now, the cadets, and getting them to speak up and say, no, that's not safe. Until we get that as a general, everyday occurrence, then we're always going to have problems. Let's empower people to change their safety culture. That's it from me. It's very quick. I did say it was very quick. I'm really sorry. But if anyone would like any more information on the safety culture work the Chamber's doing, the Chamber itself, or the Charter in particular, please do take note of my email address and get in touch. I'm very, very happy to share and talk. If anyone has anything that they think would be of use to the safety culture working group for us to share with them, then please do let me know.